Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Hour of Power.
What's up, everybody? We are live. Eric and I are in the same room, so I can slap him if he gets out of line. But this is the Animated Hour of Power, episode 16 for the Animated Anarchy series. I, of course, am your host, Dutchy, here on the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel, joined, obviously, by Money E, because he's sitting right next to me. Or at least, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, he's not a hologram. It's really him.
No, I'm not an AI.
Yeah.
I'm real.
Our AI actually stands for artificially an idiot. Of course, Sean is here.
What's up?
Was bullied into not using a voice changer for this episode. And then, of course, Wildcard Dave.
You know it.
So, all right. Earlier in last week, of course, we finished stage 1 of the Animated Anarchy series. As you can see, those are the standings right now. Those are what the teams, how many points they have, how good they're doing.
That's the top 15 right
Shout
now.
out to Eric.
Yeah,
for taking the time to do that.
Yeah, Eric got all that done.
Good stuff, my friend.
Stuff might change here tonight because a couple of them have shows coming up. Tonight's battles are the Simpsons versus Pokemon, Rugrats versus Ed and Eddie.
That one hurts me.
Yep. What?
Pokemon
and Simpsons.
That is a hard one.
And then Rugrats, Ed and Eddie, Garfield and Friends versus Heathcliff, and Flintstones and Super Mario Brothers Super Show is going to be in the main event. Of course, and then the way we usually do this is there's going to be 5 categories decided by the randomizer. Once we know what those categories are, it's best of 5. And these guys are going to judge. If the show wins 3-0, 30 points, 3-1, 20 points, 3-2, 10 points, 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 30 points. There's a few people that, and we're going to get to the bottom in a second here, but there's a few people that really cannot afford to lose points.
Yep.
And we're going to see that bottom tier in just a second, as you see.
Even though, I just want to say, even though Liam has undefeated, he doesn't have the more points because he didn't win enough character. I mean,
he won.
Didn't get swept.
A couple of them were 10-5.
Yeah.
So he got. Liam Jolly obviously went undefeated, but he's technically in 4th place.
Yep, tied for 4th.
Now, if we didn't crap on Josie and the Pussycats, Derek Elstrom would be in 1st place right now.
Yep.
Because he had the points, but he had 10 taken away because Josie and the Pussycats just isn't good.
And Mike T is 1st place by himself.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised.
Yeah, well, he likes to be by himself anyway. I mean, he doesn't tell that to his wife, but...
I guess we switch now.
Oh,
yep.
All right. So we'll go now to the next ticker to the bottom. But right now, we are going to switch on over to the randomizer. Get this.
What do you guys don't want? I know Dave doesn't want enjoyment.
Yeah.
No, I like enjoyment. I like enjoyment. I don't want. Actually, there's not one that I'm really particularly not wanting. I'm fine.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want enjoyment for the next show.
That's what I meant.
All right, here we go.
I don't want memorable moments.
Can everybody see the screen? I know Eric can see the screen because he's sitting right next to me.
Yep.
Yeah,
yes,
we can see it.
All right, here we go. All right.
Did it even change?
I mean, they changed spots.
Oh, okay. Anime.
So animation is up. Will be up first. Then we go humor.
Okay.
Then we go merch.
That's gonna be tough.
Then we go enjoyment.
Yes.
Then we go moments.
That's last. Yes.
Yeah. So then animation. So how do we feel about this?
I like them. This is probably the first time I like all 5.
Yeah. Ren, Stimpy, how do you guys feel?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Maybe minus the merch, but
Yeah,
Sean, we're never going to get away from merch.
I feel
I
like
know.
Merch is tough for the first one.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of, well, it's even, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's a certain category where it's not.
Yeah. Dave, were you going to say something before everybody cut you off?
No, I just feel like we get merch almost on every battle, so I wouldn't mind it sitting out here and there.
It did sit out on Wednesday, I think, last week.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more frequent than none.
Yeah.
I think that's because it actually is. All right. So we got all that. We know what we're dealing with here. All right. So I'm going to stop the old. Oh, and then we see what's funny here. Kathy Bianco was in last place. She's got negative 10 points. She's the one that drew South Park and Hunter x Hunter. But because she's got Dinosaurs and Biker Mice from Mars.
She does have South Park in the next episode.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
So we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's not start that fight right now. All right. Up first, we have Simpsons versus Pokemon. Simpsons in the division of Daniel Hummer. Pokemon in the division of somebody Sean kind of knows, his wife Danielle. So he kind of knows her a little bit. And he's either ignoring me or he fell asleep, so he didn't have to acknowledge the fact that one of these shows is his wife's.
Yeah.
All right. Simpsons is 0-1. They got 5 points. They lost to Naruto Shippuden. It was very close. Pokemon 1-0, but they only have 10 points because they barely beat Teen Titans. Animation is first up. And we've talked about it multiple times, how Simpsons animation started off kind of clunky, but then it improved over time.
Yep.
All right, 36 years. Pokemon has that early 90s anime animation because they did start out as an anime.
Yep.
It's just, which one do you like better? I'm going to let you start because you're sitting right next to me. I can hit you if you don't give me an appropriate enough answer.
I'm going with Pokemon.
Okay.
I just like the style better. I like when the fighting scenes. I think it makes it better.
Okay. Sean?
I'm going with the Simpsons here. I like the progression they had from their early days of having really bad animation to what they have now.
Starting off with a tie.
Yeah. And I agree with that because they did start off bad, but guess what? When you improve, that means you evolve.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dave, you're breaking the first half.
I like the word you use there, evolve, because we're dealing with Pokemon. See, this one I actually had a very difficult time with because unlike a lot of the battles where we talk about animation, I feel like these two are relatively close, whereas in other battles, it's pretty decisive. I feel like Pokemon uses great dynamic and fluid animation with great choreography with the battles and whatnot, where Simpsons has like really good, consistent animation through its time, and it really just depends what you really like here. And I'm going with Pokemon here. I just like the choreography between the battles. I like the different motions, different moves that they use. So I went with them here. I think it's a little harder to do the battle scenes and stuff like that than it is, just a family running around.
Yep, that's what did it for me, the battles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to have that battle scene. Now, Sean made a very good point about how they, because they start off clunky, but then they improved over time. So both of them very good. All right, but Pokemon edges out. They are up 1-0. We go to humor next. Which show is funnier? Simpsons is built more like a comedy. It's known as a sitcom. Pokemon, some people might say it's funny. Some people may say it's annoying. Sean, because you got outvoted in the last round, you're starting this one. And I don't want you to break a tie yet.
Well, I'm sticking to who I voted for last round anyway. I'm taking the Simpsons here. All of Bart's antics, Homer's antics. I mean, you said it. It's basically it's a comedy sitcom.
Yeah,
and that's what it's based out to be. Pokemon's kind of got the hidden jokes here and there, but they're not.
Yep.
I don't know, not considered a comedy.
Yeah.
Like there's humor, but there's not as much as there is in The Simpsons. I should put out, I guess.
All right. Dave, you're going to be up.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Sean here. I think Simpsons definitely it's a home run with the humor, and it's for different audiences. Yeah, I mean, you have jokes in there for adult audiences, and you have some for the younger audiences as well. So I think it hits all the factors on humor, and I think it takes this one.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, and I'll get to you in a second. Don't worry. But it's funny because when we did Simpsons, when we started out the Cartoon Classic, the last tournament, we had Archie Mitchell, God rest his soul, on. He was talking about how he lets his granddaughter watch The Simpsons because he knows that, you know, it's family friendly enough. He doesn't let her watch American Dad. He doesn't let her watch Family Guy. But Simpsons is just because it has that, you know, that humor for kids as well as adults.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can go.
Oh, one Simpsons. It's not even close. As these guys said, it's for adults and kids. But it started the evolution of American Dad and Family Guy. And
yeah.
So
well, King of the Hill came right after.
Yeah.
King of the Hill came right after, and then you had Futurama and Family Guy come.
Yep. King of the Hill was even more.
It was like the start of quirky, dark humor.
Yeah. All right. We're tied 1-1. Not surprised.
Nope.
But now we go to one of the. I actually think it's a hard category because a case can be made for both. Sean hates this category, which is why we usually get it, because that's God's way of flipping Sean off. Don't worry, Sean, he does it to me all the time.
It's my one and only curse.
Yeah. Yeah, I get cursed in so many other ways. But we go to merchandise. Now, there's a case to be made for both because both sell a lot of merch and both have different kinds of merch. Obviously, Pokemon, their best merch is their cards and their video games.
Yep.
Okay. But also you can get, you know, the Pokeballs, you know, T-shirts, posters, hats, you know, socks,
Plushies,
plushies,
Little toys.
Yeah, the little toys.
Statues. I got a Charizard statue.
Yeah, so
Posters.
Posters, plenty of merch. You know, we did a stream earlier on. We were opening up card packs, and Sky Zim, friend of the show, you know, friend of the show, does the stream with Dangle and I when we open up card packs. He bought a big $200 Pokebox, and it had like posters, mats, like a computer mat or something. Had also
watching,
huh?
I said hi to him if he's watching.
Yeah. If one of his shows were competing, he probably would be. But he had all sorts of stuff in there, not just cards. Simpsons, you get a lot of merch with there too. They had action figures for the longest time. You know, you could get plushes from them too.
Yep.
They have video games as well.
Video games, comic books.
They're in Fortnite right now.
Like he just said. So there is a lot. Both shows are marketable.
Yep.
Okay. So this to me is another toss up. Yeah, you can go first.
Yep. This was tough, but I'm gonna give the edge to Pokemon because they have Nintendo behind them too. Yeah, because of the video game. And then you got the cards. And that's very popular still today. As Sky buys, there's cards that are very valuable and sell.
They sell out within a half hour.
Yeah. Yeah, there's cards on
Scalpers.
eBay that sell for over maybe $500.
Yeah.
So I'm giving a slight edge to Pokemon.
Yeah. All right. I know you're pointing out. I'm going to him anyway. Sean, I do not want you to break a tie yet, so you're going next.
Oh, well, I'm not. Okay. I'm picking Pokemon on this one.
Well, no, I'm just saying is that I don't want you to be in the like.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I don't want to pick you last until I have a feeling you're going to have to break a tie.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's fair.
I actually thought you were gonna go Simpsons.
No, it's undeniable that Pokemon has the merch. I mean, they're all over TikTok with people opening up boxes, making tons of money from people buying packs and stuff. The card shows.
Now, again, that doesn't mean that Simpsons has bad merch.
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all. I just don't think it can compare. It doesn't have something to that level with the Simpsons.
And the value of Pokemon merch.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's worldwide.
Yeah. And these yahoos selling their Pikachu cards for $500,000 or whatever they get them for.
Yeah, they got expensive cards.
It's more global.
Yeah.
Especially in Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just intense.
Yeah. Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with these two. I went with Pokemon here. I mean, over the franchise's total lifetime, it's estimated over 150 billion in revenue, to where Simpsons in its lifetime is estimated around 15 billion. And that's a large margin. So therefore, and the other reasons that you guys named, I picked Pokemon.
Okay. All right. They can win it here. All right. With overall enjoyment. That is the next category up. They can get a 3-1 win to get themselves 20 points. Simpsons can go 0-2 and not get any. But we go to overall enjoyment. Which one did you enjoy more? Both shows have been on for so many years. I know you guys like both shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a toss-up. But Sean, I'm going to go to you first.
Okay. I enjoyed The Simpsons more, honestly. After a while watching Pokemon, it kind of just got, in a sense, repetitive without being repetitive. And The Simpsons just kind of kept me intrigued. I like the humor. I like the antics. I just like the show overall.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Dave, you're going to go next.
This one was hard for me, man, because it really depended what mood I was in, and that's what I would watch. Like if I wanted to watch something funny, I'd put on The Simpsons. If I wanted to watch something with action and whatnot, I'd pick Pokemon. So it's really difficult, but for some reason, Pokemon resonates with me a little more here, just because I grew up watching it. The theme song, every time, like, that just hits my heart in a different way. So I had to go with Pokemon here.
Okay. All right. It is completely up to you now.
Yep.
All right. And I'm not looking at you because I'm looking at you through the screen.
Yeah.
It's completely up to you. Now, we can, and not that I'm trying to put pressure on you by putting it this way, but kind of what I'm doing to build anticipation. You can either give it to Pokemon right now and just end it and they get the 20 points and Simpsons gets nothing, or we go another round and make it a little more dramatic, but that is completely up to you.
We're not going another round.
Okay. You're going to go Pokemon?
Yep.
All right.
Slightly. Everything that Dave said about it just hits more. It hits more in the heart.
Well, yeah, and Pokemon's also one of your favorite shows.
Yeah.
So, all right.
See, the Simpsons hit and run game. That's how
that was fun. That was fun.
I love Simpsons so much, is simply because of that game.
Yeah.
That was fun. And the one where they mimic the taxi
not even Daniel
thing.
showing points, so he's going to kick you out of
Yeah.
Oh,
that was fun too.
But hit and run was great.
You know he runs his network.
Running around town kicking people. Kicking the bugs and stuff.
Yeah, no. Those games were a blast. They were fun.
All right. Pokemon wins it 3-1. They get 20 points. Simpson does not get any points. So Daniel Hummer does not have the opportunity to get any points in the show. So he stays at the bottom. Eric may not be staying in this house very much longer. And we probably will not have a show that much longer. Way to go. All right. So we have Rugrats up next against Ed, and Eddy. Rugrats in the division of Mark Ritchie. Ed, and Eddy in the division of Becky Elstrom. We start with animation style. It's Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network. Who had the better animation? And Dave, I'm starting with you.
This one is kind of up for a toss, I feel. But I went with Rugrats here. I just feel like their animation was a little more classic, hand-drawn look. And I think that's what the style they meant to go for. I don't think they were trying to go top-notch with their animations. Ed, and Eddy, I mean, sometimes they're like, I know their lines and stuff weren't meant to be perfect, and it just made the characters who they were and stuff. But there's a couple episodes where I'm like, there's unfinished lines or something like that effect. So I went with Rugrats here.
Yeah. All right, Sean, go ahead.
I'm agreeing with Dave. I went with the Rugrats. Pretty much the same. I think the animation was a little more paid attention to while they were doing it. And then Eddy just kind of seemed rushed in a lot of their episodes, and it doesn't do it for me. So,
all right, go ahead. I mean, it's not going to make a difference. And while you're still allowed in this house, go ahead.
I'm agreeing with those two. I think it's more cleaner. I'm sorry, Daniel.
Yeah. No, he's not. And by the way, I am going to rub more salt in the wound downstairs when we go see him.
Be fair, with enjoyment. So it was like,
oh no, I understand. I get it, but you cost the boy some points.
He didn't lose points.
He's in last place, you boob.
Yeah. Okay.
He could have gotten points.
Fair enough.
But anyway. All right, so we move on to humor. Who was funnier? Both shows not necessarily known for their humor. Ed, and Eddy kind of known for their humor, or known for their attempt of humor, but failing. So, who was funnier, Sean?
I had the Rugrats taking this one. To me personally, Ed, and Eddy was not funny at all. I mean, Rugrats.
Like I said, they had a poor attempt at humor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not a fan of their humor. Rugrats didn't have the greatest humor either, but it was better than Ed, and Eddy. So
yeah. All right, go ahead.
Rugrats. I just think babies talking and trying to do stuff is kind of funny.
They're just at your level.
Dang, shots fired.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to protect the family there, Sean. All right, Dave, go ahead.
I didn't really think either of them were that funny, but I would give the edge to Ed, and Eddy, I believe. Just, physical, slapstick kind of comedy, stupid comedy type deal. That's what I kind of seen. I know it wasn't great comedy or humor, but, I mean, Rugrats, its humor was babies falling over and stuff like that, so I didn't find that hilarious. I mean, there's a couple times where I chuckled, but I didn't find a lot of humor. Ed, and Eddy tried, but it wasn't great humor, but at least they tried.
Right.
That's fair.
All right. Well, you should have gone second then. All right. We move on to merch. Rugrats is up 2-0. They can win it with this next category, which is merch. I know of a lot more Rugrats merchandise than I do Ed, and Eddy merchandise. I'm not saying it's not out there, because I think it is, but I've seen a lot more Rugrats. I have a Rugrats shirt, and I've bought Rugrats stuff for people. But Eric, go ahead.
Oh, it's Rugrats. I just found there's more stuff. There's shirts, socks, underwear.
He's got an Angelica thong on right now. He let me see it before the show.
Oh my god! Is there a comic book?
Yeah, they've had a comic book before, I think.
So there's comic books, there's video games, there's all kinds of stuff for Rugrats. I don't think there's anything for Ed and Eddie. Maybe shirts.
You can't get that image out of your head, can you?
No, I
I can't get the fact that he hasn't denied it. He just said that. He's just like, bro. He looked at you and he was like, bro.
Yeah. He's like, why did you bring it up out of air? Not why would you say that I'm not wearing it?
I told you that in confidence.
Yeah.
I don't have anything like that on.
Yeah.
That's why
Right now.
Right now.
He's gonna model it for me after the show. All right.
Oh my God.
You're live.
Oh.
All right. This is how you liven up the judges, folks. You make them want to lose their lunch. All right. Who the hell wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
We're on merch, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
man. I have Rugrats taking this one. I found more of merch from them than in Ed and Eddie. Honestly. I've had more merch from them.
I know, me too. Like I said,
I had the lunchbox, dude. When I was like in 3rd grade, I had the lunchbox. They were in the bus and stuff.
I think my sister did too, because she was obsessed with Rugrats.
It was like the light blue one, and it had the figures coming off the sides. It wasn't just a picture; it was like actually like shaped. It was pretty dope. I was pretty famous in 2nd grade.
Yeah, I went with Rugrats here. I mean, they definitely had better merch sales than Ed, Edd and Eddy.
All right, Rugrats is going to sweep it. So Ed, and Eddie, the 10 points that they earned in the match with Life with Louie in stage 1 are gone. So now they're back to 0. And Rugrats just got themselves 30 points. And a 1-1 record because they did lose to DuckTales. I think it was DuckTales in stage 1. So,
and who has Rugrats again?
Rugrats is Mark Ritchie. Ed, and Eddie is Becky Alstrom.
Sorry, Becky.
Yeah. He's a disappointer, folks. But
I disappointed 2 people.
Yeah. To be honest with you, just as long as Daniel is still ahead of one particular person on here, he's happy. He's just not happy when I post the results, when I posted the scores at work, so everybody could see how bad he was doing.
It's still early.
Yeah.
It's still early.
No, it was just funny because like the other day I was posting it and one of the girls at work, she was looking at it and she's like, why am I doing worse than everybody else that works here? And I was starting to point out my brother's name and he saw what I was doing and he's just like, come here, get over here. So yes, it's still early and he's got an opportunity to get some points coming up this upcoming Wednesday, which we're going to talk about that special in a little bit. This one is one I have personally been waiting for. And
this one was hard.
Yeah. Garfield and Friends versus Heathcliff.
You're a bigger Heathcliff fan, right?
I'm a bigger Heathcliff fan, yes. Now, I have a Garfield shirt. I have yet to buy the Heathcliff shirt. My bad. But Garfield and Friends in the division of Stephanie Cano, who, by the way, is way high up in the leaderboard right now. She's tied for 4th, I believe.
Yep.
Taking on Heathcliff, which is in the division of Randy Marsh. By the way, both shows undefeated. Heathcliff right now has 30 points. Garfield has 20. Heathcliff beat Scooby-Doo. All right. Pulled off the upset of all upsets. Swept Scooby-Doo. Animation is the first category. Who had the better animation? Yeah, you can go first.
I gave it slightly to Garfield. I thought it was more cleaner, and I liked it better.
Okay.
But both of them were good.
Yeah. All right, Dave?
Yeah, I went with Garfield and Friends here. They also benefited from a larger budget, resulting in smoother and fluid animations.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, I want Garfield as well. I think it was just slightly better, slightly cleaner, more bright.
All right. Humor is the next category. Who was funnier? Both of them were, but who was funnier? Dave.
I liked Heathcliff here. I love Heathcliff. Like, I think the comedy in that is spot on perfect. They never really take him out of character. He's always that, that alley cat, that, the boss. And I like that. And, he'll poop on the dogs and whatnot. And, he's the big bad cat. Garfield, its humor's all right, but it relies too heavily on sarcasm, I feel. And it gets kind of bland. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do, but I feel like they do it consistently, constantly throughout the show, and it just gets bland at that point.
Right. All right, go ahead.
I went to Heathcliff too. I think Garfield is more kind of forced humor, where Heathcliff is more laughable humor.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Sean, I was kind of planning on you breaking a tie here, but we've gone a half hour without you having to do it.
I know, it's lovely. I also went with Heathcliff on this one. I think their humor was just more genuine and not
forced.
Yeah, thank you, Eric.
Yep.
All right. He's actually more talkative when him and I are in the same room.
It's because he's in hitting distance.
And these shows I know more than anime.
Yeah. I mean, you were sending me stuff yesterday. You're just like, this is my... He sent me that thing. I think he sent you guys, and I'm like, "What is this? Your cheat sheet?"
My research.
Yeah. All right. This category is not going to be as hard. I mean, unless somebody happens to have a Heathcliff tattoo that we don't know about. I would not recommend showing it on air unless it's in an appropriate spot. Merch. We know Garfield has sold a lot of merch. He has been around, and he is probably he might not be the better cat, but he's the more mainstream cat.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Sean, you're going to start.
Yeah, no, I think you just said it. We got to go with Garfield here. More mainstream, a lot more revenue brought in.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, it upped the sales of lasagna.
Yeah.
All
right. Eric, go ahead.
Garfield. From what I've researched, and it's more global and more reachable to fans.
Okay. Dave?
Yeah, Garfield here. I mean, I'm pretty sure at one point in time, the Garfield memorabilia was so extensive that it had a spot in the Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
For largest collection. So.
Wow.
Well, there was a lot of stuff to collect, and I'm not saying that Heathcliff didn't have a lot of stuff. Like I know there's a Heathcliff plush doll out there.
Gotta be.
Probably too expensive though, and I didn't get it.
So Garfield did a better marketable.
Yeah, well, because he was meant to be more popular, because he started off as a comic strip before anything, and they call Heathcliff a Garfield ripoff, but Heathcliff had the animated show first.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, why did he rip off if Heathcliff is first?
Because he was the first, the comic strip was first. But then, the Heathcliff show came out. It was successful. It had a successful syndication run.
Yep.
And then Garfield had a longer run in television because it went 6 seasons.
Now, if we had originality, which one would you guys would do? Heathcliff? I would.
Yeah, because Garfield's kind of based off Heathcliff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the show, yes.
Yeah,
because they wanted something. They saw Heathcliff was successful, so. And plus, also with Heathcliff, it's Heathcliff was it's two different cats. You have Heathcliff who's going around causing trouble in the junkyard. You have Garfield who just causes trouble in his own home.
Yeah.
All right. Now we move on to overall enjoyment. Garfield can win it here. Which show did you enjoy more? Eric, you're going to go first.
I slightly enjoyed Garfield more. I watched that more as a kid. And I like those segments in between.
Yeah.
Garfield and friends, with the friends. So I just enjoyed that more.
Okay. Dave.
I went with Heathcliff here. I thought it was... I like the humor a little bit better. I like the main character better. I like the supporting cast a little better. And I like what they're doing. It's not just, a couple characters. You got a wide variety of what's going on. The episodes are a little different. With Garfield, I feel like the episodes can be kind of repetitive.
Yeah. This is what I wanted to do. It took us 36 minutes to get here. Usually I can do it within like 7.
Yeah, this has got to be a record.
I was just going to say, yeah, it's been a while since you've had to break. The first time you've had to break has been over a half hour in.
Do you have a feeling, Dave?
Honestly.
Heathcliff?
Yeah, because we've talked about how much he's even admitted on the show before he thinks Heathcliff is better than Garfield.
Yep.
I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know.
Most of the time.
Doug's getting a good read on me lately.
Yeah. Well, that and I've been listening to old episodes lately. I've been studying game film or game audio. And so I can I've been trying to get a better read. All right, we're going to quit stalling. Sean, does this go another category or what?
It does not. I went with Garfield on this one. I grew up watching Garfield more than Heathcliff. I didn't know Heathcliff until I started doing the show with you.
Yep.
Not knocking it. Heathcliff is a good show, but Garfield was just a little more relatable because I had a cat and a dog growing up, and they were always, back and forth, and just a little more relatable.
All right, so we found Heathcliff's kryptonite. By the way, it doesn't hurt Heathcliff at all because he doesn't lose points. But Garfield gets another 20. So that's good for Stephanie Cano's division because, right now, like I said, she's in the top 4, which is, pretty good. And now this just adds another 20 points to her.
She might have just climbed first.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not releasing the rankings every week. You don't want to do that every week, do you?
No. I could try.
Don't give yourself more work than you have to. Or
yeah,
if anybody's going to give you work, it's going to be me. All right, so now we move on to the main event. It is the Flintstones versus Super Mario Brothers Super Show. The funny thing is, with a lot of these battles that we're doing, like this first show, a lot of these I booked on purpose because I don't really care about who wins any of them, because I am either a fan of both shows or I might be like a couple of them, like Simpsons and Pokemon to me are just okay. But like I was a fan of both Garfield and Heathcliff. I do like Rugrats and Ed and Eddie the same. This one is going to be I don't care who wins because, to be honest with you, they both need points. Because Flintstones got 5 points. Super Mario Brothers has nothing. Neither one of them have won yet. Flintstones lost to Bob's Burgers in stage 1. Super Mario Brothers Super Show lost to Sonic Sat AM in stage 1. So they're both 0-1. Flintstones in the division of his brother Chris. Super Mario Brothers Super Show in the division of John Mealy. We start with animation. You got Hanna-Barbera versus, the animation from Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Hanna-Barbera they're technically the originators besides Warner Brothers Warner Brothers and MGM. But as far as like mainstream, Saturday morning cartoon animation, Hanna-Barbera were the kings back in their era. Sean, why don't you go ahead and start?
I'm going with Super Mario Bros. On this one. Actually, it wasn't me. William picked that one.
Huh?
I like the animation better. It's,
Okay.
A little more, I don't know how to, like, cartoony. if that makes sense. I don't know how to really describe it. I just like it better.
Yeah, and I'm glad you like your own show.
Yeah.
At least we know we're doing something right. All right, Dave, why don't you go next?
Yeah, I went with the Flintstones here. I mean, they had consistency. They had Hanna-Barbera, and this is, Flintstones set the standard for animation TV, basically. So, I mean, also on the other note, Super Mario Bros. I mean, they had a low budget, tight deadlines. There's a lot of critics saying that there's a lot of issues with it, like coloring issues, inconsistencies, and production flaws and such. So with me reading those things and only seeing good positive reviews about the Flintstones and watching both, I would have to go with Flintstones.
Okay.
This is toss up for me.
Yeah. All right. For some reason, I have Dave written down that he's getting 2 votes here, but it's actually yours. So.
I went back and forth with this one.
All right. Well, go ahead and give us your answer. You're breaking the tie.
I am going with Flintstones. I think Dave swayed me. He made a good point there.
Go to law school.
I've been told to.
Yeah, like for crying out loud, like you need to go.
His argument. No offense, Sean, but his argument was kind of better. Like
for crying out loud. I really think you need to either that or find a job on the lot. I don't know if Howell Motors is hiring or not. You could sell some. You could sell used cars.
Yeah, I've been told I could do that, or tell the weather, go on, or be a journalist or something.
There's untapped potential there, Dave.
Thank you. Yeah. When I feel a certain way about something, man, I just
I would hire you
for it. I bet for it.
Dave, I would hire you.
And then I also, besides just watching them, I also look up information on them. It's not just like,
But it was close for me.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Thank God I'm not judging, because I'd still be trying to make up my mind now. All right, we go to humor. This is another hard one, but here's the difference, in my opinion. The opening sequence, the opening live action sequence for Super Mario Brothers Super Show, that was funnier. Now the cartoon, yes, was funny. They had some funny moments, and Toad could be funny. Flintstones is also kind of like Simpsons, is also kind of considered a comedy. But Dave, you're going to start us off.
This one was kind of tough for me, because I did find them both a little humorous in their own ways, but I would have to go with Mario here, Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Okay.
I mean, they had good puns. I like the nostalgic humor they used as well. So I went with them here.
All right. Go ahead.
I went with Flintstones because I think it's more funny and it reminds me of Doug and me.
You are Barney Rubble. All right. All right. Dino, you're up.
Oh. That's nice. So actually,
I can see you jumping on me as soon as I walk in the door.
Anyway, I have Super Mario winning this. William absolutely laughs his butt off when he watches this show. He always has to watch this show, and it has grown on me to be pretty funny. So,
yeah, and by the way, again, both shows I find very humorous. So this would have been hard for me as well. So we're getting into a fight here because it's tied 1-1. So there's going to be no sweep. Now here's a category. Again, we talked about Simpsons and Pokemon earlier, and the merch. Super Mario Brothers has, you would think, oh well, they have the because Mario's such a popular brand. Flintstones back in the day, and they're still even to this day, they have their own set. They have a cereal, they have vitamins, they've had t-shirts, lunch boxes, figures, socks, hats, posters. They got the Funko Pops and all that. So neither show lacks in merch.
Not at all.
Okay? You're going to start.
I went with Super Mario Brothers slightly because as I said in the Pokemon, they had the backing of Nintendo, and they can do a bigger brand than Flintstones, but I can see the argument for Flintstones.
Yeah, well, because also too, you got to remember this too. A lot of their merch had nothing really to do with Super Mario Brothers Super Show. It was the Mario brand.
Yeah,
Pokemon, like they had a lot of merch that was not just because it was already an existing brand, but the show helped generate a lot of the merch.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right, especially with Ash, Misty, and Brock as characters. Super Mario Brothers Super Show, yes, Mario had a lot of merch, but how much of that really had to do with this particular show? That's just another thing to kind of just put out there.
That's exactly what I incorporated in my thought process.
All right, so do you want to go next?
Sure. I went the opposite way. I went Flintstones here. Like you pointed out, this show, Super Mario Bros. Super Show, it only lasted one season. So what really did it revenue? What revenue did it really get from merchandise and such things? And I don't see it comparing to Flintstones on that standard. I mean, this is a show that went multiple seasons, and it generated a lot of revenue and merchandise. So for that reason, I went with Flintstones.
Okay. All right. Sean, now it's probably going to seem like I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way.
I saved it till the end.
I appreciate it. I am the voice of the voiceless.
That you are.
I also
it'd probably be a toss-up, but you might actually, although Dave with the anime community would definitely have the vote, but you might win the vote as the most popular judge.
Fair enough.
Maybe. I am pretty handsome. At least that's what my mom says.
I've always thought you were good looking.
Stop it. Your boyfriend's next to you. Anyway, I went with the Flintstones.
Now I kind of flip him off, but this is the family show. So
I agree with everything you said about the Super Show not really being a driving force in Mario merchandise sales.
Yeah.
And Flintstones kind of just did everything on their own. It might not be on the scale of Mario, obviously, but we're not talking about the whole brand. We're talking about this show.
And that's like the only difference. And that's why, like earlier on when we talked about Simpsons and Pokemon, a lot of the stuff, especially anything that had Ash or Misty or Brock's face on it.
A lot of
that show made the brand.
The cards were out first, weren't they?
Yeah,
I believe so, but that show amplified the cards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So more people bought the cards because they were watching the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I tried to get my parents to buy me cards, but because my dad saw that they were $8 a pack, he was not budging. But
they're probably double that now.
More than likely. All right. So now we move on. It is 2-1 Flintstones. We move on to overall enjoyment. Which show did you enjoy more? This category speaks for itself. Sean, I'm not going to do it to you again. You're going to start.
Thank you. I went with the Flintstones on here on a personal level. I just grew up watching the Flintstones. Again, I didn't know this was a thing until, I didn't know Super Mario had a show like this back then. And, my kid really likes it, but
he's not judging.
Yeah, he ain't judging.
I gave him the opportunity to host last week. He didn't take it.
No. He would just start hitting buttons, and then as soon as we take him out, he'd lose his mind. So it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
I almost thought about having him bring him in because I would have told him, like, for the one I picked, Mario, he would have told you Mario.
Yeah.
He loves Mario. But, and then Flintstones overall is just a more enjoyable show than this one. This one, to me, now is weird.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch this as a kid like I did Flintstones, so I can't really, leave that comparison. But I enjoyed it as a kid, and I do know that for a fact. So,
all right, Dave.
Yeah, I went with Flintstones here as well. I just thought it was more enjoyable. There's more to enjoy with the show as well because there's more than one season. So with that, I just thought it was better.
Fair enough. All right, Eric.
Flintstones, hands down. I mean, I like Super Mario video games, but not the show. I thought the show was average.
Yeah, it was mediocre.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and I watched both as a kid because I did watch Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Because when you kind of flip through channels on a Saturday morning looking for cartoons to watch if wrestling's not on, and you happen to see this, it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool, which I thought it was. And I know who Captain Lou Albano is. He played Mario in this, by the way. So it was a cool show to me, but I feel like Flintstones kind of resonates with more people because more people, I think, kind of remember the Mario video game.
Yep.
In the Mario video game franchise than they really do the cartoons.
Yeah.
Even the 2 live-action movies of the Flintstones were almost spot on to the cartoon.
Yeah. And
like
by the way,
I
love the first Flintstones movie with John Goodman as Fred Flintstone. He hated it. John Goodman said, "I never want to talk about this again." But I thought he was a great Fred Flintstone. But
all right. Flintstones wins.
Flintstones wins at 3-1. They're going to get 20 points. They're going to move to 1-1. Super Mario Brothers Super Show gets no points. They go to 0-2. But it's a long way from being over. This was just tough.
Yeah, we had no 3-2 in this one.
Yeah. Despite the fact I tried to push it for the first one, only because I was trying to get points for my brother.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't enjoyment, it might have been different.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really is category based. So I got to watch what categories I try to blackmail Eric on. So, all right. So now,
and the order matters too.
Yeah.
Because if those 2 were flipped, it might have been the other way around.
Yeah. Probably. All right. So now, this upcoming Wednesday, it's going to be a busy day. Well, not necessarily a busy. Well, I mean, we have to work probably.
Yes.
Beforehand, but it's going to be a busy day for the show as far as airing, because this Wednesday for Animated Showdown coming up at noon, we have Sonic Sat AM versus Double Dragon, Timon and Pumbaa versus Cow and Chicken, one of his all-time personal favorites, SpongeBob SquarePants versus Darkwing Duck, and Dave, have your blood pressure pills out. It's South Park versus Naruto. All right. Now, Wednesday night, we are going to be live. Now, we pre-record Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday night, we're going to be live for the Thanksgiving Toon Tussle. And the matches here, I don't know if I've actually fully released the matches that are... By the way, this was all viewers' choice, so anybody watching this right now, you probably voted on this, so this is kind of your fault. We're going to have Rick and Morty versus Bob's Burgers. X-Men the Animated Series versus Gargoyles. The Smurfs versus the Transformers. Sean took this one as a personal shot, but I guarantee it's not. Rocket Power versus Teen Titans. Batman the Animated Series versus Dragon Ball Z. Codename Kids Next Door versus Fairly Odd Parents. And G.I. Joe Real American Hero in the main event taking on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay. Action-packed show. It's going to be big. Some big matches on here, and some matches where some shows they need points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, it's like Dave said, it's still early, but you don't want to far too far behind the 8 ball.
Yep. Don't want to have to dig out of a hole.
Yeah, especially, and I'll point this out. Gargoyles going up against X-Men the Animated Series. Gargoyles needs the points after getting swept by Attack on Titan. Wrong show to go against when you really need points.
This might be another Attack on Titan.
Yeah. But all right, so that is Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And you never know what we're all going to be dressed as either, or at least a couple of us. Just pointing that out because it is going to be a primetime special. All right. Next Saturday, Animated Hour Power, episode 17. Bugs Bunny Show versus the Woody Woodpecker Show. Black Clover versus Voltron.
Ooh.
Mask takes on Inspector Gadget.
Ooh.
And Sean, this might be a chance for you to get revenge on this particular cartoon for what they did to Rocket Power. In the main event, it's Tiny Toon Adventures versus Kim Possible.
Oh man!
So
I love it.
You could plot the revenge if you please, or if you feel like it. But all right, make sure to like and subscribe to the When Toons Combine YouTube channel. Join the When Toons Combine Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Toons Combine. You're going to find Sean at TCAX Reaper at TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCAX Godsent95. You're going to find this on the Unscripted Sports Show.
Yep.
Which, are you doing a show tomorrow?
I might, if Cliff can do one.
Okay. We'll see.
I usually like to do the football show, the NFL show with at least my brother and.
Fair enough. All right. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast and the Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel. This Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to be talking about Survivor Series 1989, one of my all-time favorite shows. So look out for that. Also, the Dizzle 97 universe, the YouTube channel and Twitch, and the Stabcast with Daniel and Mindy. We're going to get out of here because we're going to take a breather for at least 1 or 2 minutes, and then we are going to, have some more fun. But we'll see everybody on Wednesday.
Peace.
Peace.